Chosen one, stop. This did not reach you by accident. What you are about to hear is the answer to a question your soul has carried for years. Why did you suffer that much? Why did the pain refuse to end? Why were you chosen to carry what others never had to? God is about to reveal everything. Every wound, every betrayal, every silent night you spent wondering if it would ever make sense. It all had a purpose, and by the end of this message, you will finally understand why. Do not scroll past this. This is your moment of revelation. You have always felt it, something inside you that does not match the world around you. While others fit in easily, you stood apart. While others followed the crowd, something in your spirit refused to settle. That was never a flaw. That was your design. You were never meant to blend in because you were set apart long before you even understood what that meant. The loneliness you carried was not rejection. It was separation with purpose. God does not prepare ordinary assignments for those who walk ordinary paths. Your path was heavier because what you carry is greater. You felt misunderstood, not because something was wrong with you, but because very few people can recognize what God is building inside someone before it is revealed. Let me speak directly to what you have been through. You trusted someone deeply, and they turned their back on you without warning. You gave your loyalty to people who used it against you. You opened your heart, and it was met with betrayal. You spent years doing everything right and still watched doors close in your face. You prayed and heard nothing. You waited and nothing changed. Some of you lost your home. Some of you fought illness alone. Some of you raised children with no one standing beside you. And the hardest part was not the pain itself. It was that no one around you believed how heavy it really was. They called you dramatic. They said you were overthinking. They made you feel like your suffering was invisible. But hear me now. You were never exaggerating. What you went through was real. Every tear that fell in silence, every night you questioned your own worth, every moment you almost gave up but somehow kept going. God saw all of it. None of it was invisible to him. Now hear this, and let it reshape everything you believed about your story. The suffering was never punishment. It was preparation. Every door that closed was not rejection. It was God redirecting you away from what would have destroyed you before you were ready. The betrayal you experienced was not meant to break your heart. It was meant to sharpen your discernment so you would never be deceived the same way again. The isolation was not abandonment. It was God removing every distraction so your spirit could hear clearly. The delay that frustrated you for years was not God forgetting you. It was him building patience and endurance inside you that no shortcut could ever create. You were not buried. You were being planted. And everything you thought went wrong was actually positioning you for what is coming next. And now pay attention because something is already happening. You can feel it even if you cannot explain it yet. There is a shift taking place right now in your spirit. Old weights are lifting. Old chains are loosening. The season that held you in silence is reaching its end. God did not bring you this far to leave you here. What is coming is bigger than what you lost, and it is closer than you think. Do not rush it. Do not force it. Just stay still and listen, because in the next moments, God is about to speak directly to your situation. This is the moment. God is speaking now. My child, I know you have been asking me why the pain lasted so long, why the people you loved walked away, why the silence felt endless. I am here now to tell you everything. The suffering you carried was my training ground. I was not punishing you. I was preparing you for something your mind could not yet hold. When they betrayed you, I was teaching your spirit to recognize truth without needing proof. That pain gave you discernment no book could ever teach. When you sat alone for years wondering if anyone cared, I was removing every voice that would have confused your direction. That isolation gave you a clarity most people will never have. When doors closed and nothing moved forward, no matter how hard you tried, I was building endurance inside you. I needed you to learn patience, because what I am giving you next requires someone who will not break under pressure. Every tear you shed I collected. Every prayer you whispered in the dark I heard. I was never far from you. I was closer in your pain than I have ever been. The reason I did not answer immediately was because revelation without maturity would have destroyed you. You were not ready then, but you are ready now. And this is why this message found you today. Your suffering was the fire, and you are what came through it. Refined, steady, unshakable. What I am about to open for you will make every painful chapter finally make sense. You are entering a season where everything begins to shift in your favor. The peace you have been craving is coming. Not temporary relief, but deep, unshakable peace that stays even when storms surround you. Protection is being placed over your life in ways you will soon begin to notice. People who were meant to walk with you will appear without you searching for them. Doors that no human hand can open are about to unlock. Financial restoration is on its way. Not because you chased it, but because God is returning what was stolen during your season of suffering. Healing is settling into your body and your mind. The anxiety that kept you awake at night is losing its grip. This is not wishful thinking. This is the promise of the one who carried you through the fire and did not let you burn. Pay close attention to what is about to happen around you. Someone from your past who disappeared without explanation will try to come back into your life. You will know exactly who they are when it happens. Within the coming days, an opportunity will arrive from a direction you never expected. It will not look like what you imagined, but your spirit will recognize it immediately. There will also be a moment very soon where a wave of peace hits you so deeply that tears fall without reason. That is not sadness. That is God confirming that the shift has begun and your new season has officially started. But listen carefully. Do not go back to the people who broke you just because the season is changing. Do not share what God is doing inside you with those who never believed your pain was real. Protect this new season with everything you have. Not everyone who claps for your blessing was praying for it. Stay guarded. Stay wise. The enemy always attacks hardest right before the breakthrough arrives. Look at yourself right now. After everything that happened, you are still here. You did not quit. You did not let bitterness swallow you. You did not lose your faith even when you had every reason to. That is not luck. That is the mark of a chosen one. Others would have crumbled under half of what you carried, but you remained. Broken at times, yes, but never destroyed. And that resilience is the proof that God's hand has been on you all along. If something inside you shifted while listening to this, then type 777 inches, the comments. Not for me, but as a declaration between you and God that you receive what has been spoken over your life. And if this message found you at the right moment, subscribe so the next revelation does not pass you by. Remember this, what you heard today was not just words on a screen. It was a message that was meant to reach you at this exact moment in your life. God does not speak randomly, and He did not bring you here by chance. The pain you carried has been acknowledged. The purpose behind it has been revealed, and the season ahead of you is one of restoration, not repetition. You will not go through that fire again. What was taken is being returned. What was broken is being rebuilt. But this is not the end of the conversation between you and God. This is only the beginning. Stay aligned. Stay expectant. Keep your spirit open, because there is more coming that your mind has not yet imagined. You were chosen before you were born. You were carried through the storm, and now you are standing at the door of everything that was promised to you. Walk through it.